A lot of questions still remain about the proposed November 1 reopening for tourists. The 500 baht tourist departure tax is getting mixed reviews from tourism operators, and Thailand's digital hub is about to get some more government money thrown at it. All coming up on Thailand News Today. Tim Newton filling in for Jet, who's away getting monthly hair maintenance. As we've covered in other news programs today, November 1 is the D-Day for fully vaccinated tourists from at least 10 low-risk countries to be able to travel to Thailand without quarantine. But for now, we're still in the dark about the details. All we know is that the new regime will be available to a limited number of countries. But the PM did list the US, UK, Germany, China and Singapore. We still don't know if they're going to drop the certificate of entry or much else as of today, but they did say the PCR test would be required before departure and on arrival. All this will need to go through the CSA, Public Health Department and the Thai Cabinet before getting the go-ahead. But at least it seems the November 1 date will bring some new reductions in the restrictions in travel to Thailand. Details coming soon. A plan to impose a 500 baht tourism tax on foreign arrivals from next year has divided opinion among tourism operators. A report by Nikkei Asia says some operators are concerned such a move could deter tourists just as the country prepares to reopen and starts winding up the amazing Thailand marketing machine. One of the detractors of the new levy is the president of the Thai Hotels Association, who says the fee to be implemented is considerably high for those visiting Thailand, where hotel rooms can be had for as little as 1,000 baht a night. The 500 baht will affect potential visitor decisions, they say. Meanwhile, the former chairman of the Tourism Council of Thailand says now is not the time to introduce such a tax as the tourism sector emerges from the financial devastation caused by COVID-19. The proposed fee was originally set at 300 baht before being increased to 500 baht earlier this month. It's separate to the departure tax already levied on departing passengers and would apparently be used to transform the country into an upscale market for foreign tourists. It also requires cabinet approval before being implemented early next year. Back to Thailand News Today in just a moment. Sean, what's this island called?
This is Koh Samui, a nice private island, nice little spot, beautiful sunset here.
Just off the coast of Phuket. So at the moment, 5-star Marine, you want people to come back. The country is obviously now in a big opening up phase. What are you offering?
So we're actually offering COVID discounts all the way through to December. We're understanding of the situation. We really want to incentivize people to get out. We've been operating all the way through COVID with 11 boats, about 40 staff. So we just wanted them to keep working. You know, the more they're out on the sea, the better it is for us.
Well, I can tell you firsthand that the waters look stunning right around the whole area. I've never seen the waters look so good.
Yeah, and so calm. Like this is like, can you imagine? This is just so calm sitting here floating in the middle of the sea.
And the worst of the wet season is behind us, so now is the time to come back to Thailand, come back to Phuket, and if you want to go and visit the islands, you know what to do. Thanks for joining us. Tourism officials on Koh Samui say its local sandbox program has received a boost following the lifting of the 3-day quarantine. New bookings in the first 10 days of October have already surpassed the total number of bookings since the island reopened on July 15. The Tourism Association of Koh Samui also added that the UK decision to remove Thailand from its red list has led to an increase in the number of bookings by British nationals. In the first 10 days of this month, 955 tourists had made advance bookings for Samui, 723 of them planning to visit this month, 158 next month and 74 in December. In terms of nationality, around 24% of the visitors from Germany, 13% from France and 10% are local Thais. The head of the Department of Medical Sciences has defended the quality of Lipu antigen test kits while acknowledging their limitations. The department was responding to complaints that the kits are less accurate and generate false COVID-19 results. They acknowledge the kits are not as reliable as PCR testing, where samples are analysed in a laboratory setting, but they add that incorrect results from antigen test kits is not a reflection on the quality of the kits. They say that the ATKs can give a wrong test result for several reasons, including if people use while they're having the seasonal flu or if they ignore the instructions for use. The comments follow reports that the public health chief in the southern province of Nakhon Si Thammarat has suspended home use of the Lipu kits due to the high number of false negatives returned. A group of parents and grandparents say their teenage children were trafficked to work in Myanmar and are now calling on Thai authorities to bring them back home. The families in Taks Mersot border district say 10 teenagers between the ages of 16 and 19 were promised jobs at a casino just across the border in the neighbouring country, but apparently the teens were forced to sign a contract in Chinese which they couldn't even read. The families say the teenagers are now being overworked and underpaid. One teen's grandparents said that a group of Thais called Boka promised their grandson a position as the administrator of an online gambling group with a monthly salary of 24,000 baht. They say the company also promised free housing and food as well as paid holidays. But they revealed that Boka trafficked the teen and 9 other victims to a casino run by Chinese people in Myanmar. Another teen's father said that once the teenagers got to Myanmar and signed the contract, they were told to work for a scheme where they tricked Thais into investing into cryptocurrency. They've also been forced to pay for food and their housing and are working with little time to rest. He says the teens asked to go back to Thailand, but the employers told them they must pay 90,000 baht each to break the contract and travel back across the border. Construction's been planned for a giant digital innovation centre in Thailand. This massive building will span 40,000 square metres and is being constructed in Thailand's Digital Valley, which is in Chonburi's Sirasha district. The Digital Economy and Society Minister reported that construction will take place over the next 2 years. The goal of Thailand's Digital Valley is to become the tech hub of ASEAN. The Digital Economy Minister says the centre is being constructed as part of the Digital Valley's third phase, which requires a total of 2.6 billion baht in investment. He says the point of the centre is to be a hub for technological training, innovation and design. It will incorporate artificial intelligence, 5G testing, virtual reality and augmented reality, cloud innovation labs and a design centre. It'll also serve as a networking platform for tech firms and will be an arena in which digital startups can connect with big companies. Ideally, the Digital Valley will become a place that drives domestic technological development while also serving to attract foreign investment. That's just what we need here in Thailand, another hub. And that's all the main news from Thailand News Today. Jet will be back tomorrow, and for the rest of the week, I'm sure many of you are looking forward to seeing his hair tomorrow. In the meantime, thank you for joining us at The Thaiger. Don't forget you can get all the latest stories at thethaiger.com. But for now, you're up to date on The Thaiger.